Hello, John and the rest of our friends in Michigan. My name is Philip Rulo with Rultract, and I'm going to address the question that you had regarding the winding and unwinding of the Rultract cable from the spool. Now, the most important thing to note is that the cable should not be unwound using the handle. You're going to want to unwind the cable by pulling it down from the spool. So if you're in the OR and you're ready to lower the retractor to the incision, what you would do is I'd hold it and then go ahead and flip that ratchet lever to the opposite side, and then just go ahead and pull the retractor down to the incision. When lowering the retractor to the incision, the surgeon may give the impression that they're using the handle to lower the retractor, but in fact it's the weight of the attachment that is actually lowering the retractor. So case in point here, I'll flip the lever and then I will lower and unwind the cable using the handle. But actually, if I let go of the handle, you can see it's the weight of the device that's actually unwinding the cable. Now, if I try to unwind the cable using the handle without any weight on this snap clip, it can get bound inside the spool. So I'll try to simulate that. I'm going to go ahead and flip the reversing lever, and then I'm going to unwind, not pulling the cable down at all. And you can see right away the cable's not unwinding, it's actually getting bound up on the spool. So you have to pull that down in order to get it to come out of the spool. So I'm sure for the most part surgeons understand that. They've been using it at your facility for a long time. The problem may be in sterile processing. So if we're in SPD, we get this back from the OR. We have to obviously wind it up. We're going to disassemble it for cleaning. Then we're going to reassemble it for sterilization. So when we reassemble it for sterilization, it's together like this. Now, what we need to do in order to wind it up so it's going to function as designed in the OR is we need to either put the rake plate on and then wind it up. So you want to actually lift this plate off of the table. If your SPD people are sitting at the table and they want to wind this cable up, you can't have the rake plate sitting on the table. Sorry, I can't show that. And the cable just waiting to be wound into the spool. What you have to do is hold this retractor up so the rake plate is in the air, basically, and then you can wind it up. That's going to allow your cable to wind uniform on the spool. And if you do that, when you flip that lever, it's going to unwind itself every time. The problem comes in when people are going to wind this cable. So you're in sterile processing, you just reassembled it, so your cable is not wound, and then you're sitting at your table, the snap clip's going to be on the table as well, and you're just going to wind that cable. So if you do that, I could already feel that it's a little bound up on the inside. So what would happen now is as we try to pull this out, it's a little more difficult to get out. And this is a brand new cable. So if your facility has some older retractors and older cables, it's going to be a little more difficult to unwind as well. But if this is done correctly in sterile processing, after reassembling it, tell the techs, put the rake plate on, be careful those rakes are sharp, let it hang, and then go ahead and wind it up. And then by the time it gets to the OR and the surgeon puts it on the top post and is ready to use the retractor, and they flip that reversing lever, that cable should unwind very easily. I know that was probably a long video and I went over a couple of things a few times too many. If you have any questions, you and I can talk during the week of the 27th. It's Friday evening right now, so I would imagine Monday, anytime Monday or during the week, we can have a discussion regarding this. Thank you for your years of support. Thank you for what you do to keep our equipment functioning safe. I'll talk to you soon.